Hey everyone, and welcome to Signals from the Frontline, your every Wednesday live broadcast brought to you by Frontline Gaming. Once again, we are your host, Kicker, the Chief of Serial and FLG Insider, and I am Seth the Mad Doc, your competitive correspondent. How have you been, Kicker? What have you
Dude,
been doing?
dude. I've been eating shishito peppers for the past 45 minutes. I don't know if you've ever had shishito peppers. It's kind of like Russian roulette. Like they're all super mild until you get one that's not. And my mouth is currently on fire. So yeah, that's been fun. And I've been packing. So I was eating shishito peppers and packing. And yeah, SoCal leaving tomorrow morning. I literally like while we were opening up the show, I was confirming my Uber to pick me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So if I look exhausted this
Why?
weekend, it's because it's
Why three
starting off.
o'clock?
Yeah, 3 o'clock in the
Kicker,
morning.
no one can tell you're exhausted. You just have so much energy.
I will be very tired for SoCal,
Well,
but that's okay. That's okay. What about you? What are you up to, Seth?
the viewers might hear my voice is a little bit scratchy. I got a
You
head
got a cup
cold.
of tea there.
I'm enjoying some nice hot tea this evening to help me out. But besides that, I magnetized and painted up my kill rig, and then
Ooh,
I
nice.
built and painted a whole display board for my orcs, and then I built a chain axe for my buddy Brian. It's going to be a Carcharodon's chain axe.
Everyone needs one
And
of those. I mean, clearly.
well, that's his favorite Marine chapter, and it's easier than doing a Tyranid bioweapon. And then I may have bought some more orcs. You
Oh
never
my
know.
god, dude! I
Uh,
gotta cut you off, man. Like this is getting a little out of hand here. You've already got every single model from that entire army range. You don't need more.
but
Stop.
I need 3 of every single
Oh my gosh.
unit.
All right,
Because
there's the
rule of
problem.
three. That's GW's problem right there. Is they're
Mm,
they're they're cutting me back at three. They could have been rule of four.
you would be running like 5 kill
They
rigs if
they
you could.
they would have, they could have gotten those extra dollar bills from me, but they
Oh
didn't.
man.
So,
Uh,
um, kicker.
yeah.
Why don't you take us into the industry news? But before you do, chat.
Yes.
We might have a bit of a shorter episode tonight because I'm under the weather and Kicker's preparing for his
Yeah.
imminent departure. But if you got any questions, throw them in chat, and I will throw them in the notes for the end of the show.
Yes, please do. And if you are listening to our episode sometime in the future, you could be, live communicating with us, talking with us, asking questions on air so that we can answer them immediately. Tune in every Wednesday at, I don't know the time, Seth. You just say the time. You're the smart one here. Just what time? We're doing 9 Eastern,
9
9 Eastern.
Eastern.
That's the time. Yeah. So,
That was we have the illustrious Val Heffelfinger in the background as our producer this evening. That was
yes.
him with the hot take on the time because
He's
my
in our
brain
ear.
was like, time what?
No,
NyQuil.
he's just paying attention. All right, guys. Well, let's jump into the news for the week. Nothing too exciting on the product front. I mean, we have a few little things here and there. Most exciting though would be the advent calendar. I don't want to go into details. John and Danny talked about it in length on the Grim After Dark show earlier this week. Very entertaining. But yes, GW has released their first ever advent calendar. I guess physical advent calendar. They've done like literature and stuff that they've done on their website. But yes, this is an advent calendar. You get this little, I think it's a chibi or something. Is that what it's called,
Yeah,
Seth?
they
Yeah.
yeah, they're a little. I have one on my keychain
Okay.
actually,
You have one on your
but they're a little.
keychain.
Yeah, they're like maybe like an inch and a half tall little
Yeah.
plastic figures.
Hey, no, it's cool. I'm a sucker for those. I will admit, and don't judge me. I used to buy the Star Wars Lego advent calendars almost
You
every
used
single
to
year.
used to.
Yeah, I haven't done it in the past 2-3 years because I mean, like
Well, I know
all
what
my
I'm
money.
getting you for Christmas.
So I was at Costco this week, and no lie, there they were, right there in Costco, the Lego Star Wars advent calendar. I'm like, what? Since when is that here at Costco? And I really, my wife's like, no, just no, no, Kicker, you can't do that. Our son Oak is not old enough to appreciate them, and I spend way too much money on my 40K hobby right now. So yeah. But yeah, so there is of the first ever GW advent calendar. It looks cool, looks like fun, but I'm
Yeah.
not going to go into the details. We do have a lot of Age of Sigmar stuff, and I'm sure that's super exciting if you do play Age of Sigmar. But Seth and I really don't, and this is really more of a 40K podcast. So
Yeah.
yeah, the models are
I
cool
mean,
as
the,
always.
the models always look sweet.
Yeah, Seth, you and I were just talking like, how can we convert these into 40K models because they do look that cool. The newer ones, though, I can't find anything like maybe some of those new Stormcast with hammers could be like maybe Terminators, like maybe kind of if you really wanted to, but just not an
I
easy
don't know. I
conversion.
think I think you could do like a cool ghost army with them or something.
Ah, okay, cool. I can see it. I can
Making
see it.
something that to kind of help with the aesthetic being different.
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
I don't
and we do have Octarius. That's kind of exciting. The
Yeah.
next big supplement coming out this weekend, so it's on pre-order right now. Go pick it up this weekend. I have to admit, last week's episode, I was a little. I mean, you were too, Seth, but we were both kind of harsh on the supplement. Not really too excited. Not thinking the rules were going to be that game changing. I started digging deeper a little bit into it, and I think there's some like real meat on the bone there. Like it's not going to be like turning Imperial Guard or Tyranids into a top tier army just by itself, but I think it's definitely going to help a little bit. You played some Nids recently, right?
Nids got a fair few buffs.
Yeah.
They got basically, sixes are extra hits, and then if the unit is over a certain number of models, it's 2 extra hits.
Ooh,
so
nice.
you can be like, here's a unit of 30 Devil Gaunts and with Devourers. So that's 90 shots hitting on 4s, and 6s are 3 hits, and it's a lot of bullets.
Yeah.
And they could do that with Hive Guard, and then there's already a psychic power to do that with Kronos, so you could have a Kronos attachment and a Leviathan attachment, I think. So there's definitely some options there. It really makes a shooty Nid list really strong. So I think it'll make some play, particularly with kind of the heavy terrain a lot of places are playing, or with player optimized terrain like FLG, where you can place sorry guys, scratch your throat, a big ruin kind of fairly centrally, and then you can put 2 or 3 units of Hive Guard in there to kind of reach most of the table. So I think it'll certainly give them some juice.
And I'm
I don't know about the Imperium stuff.
Yeah.
I'm mostly a Xenos guy.
Yeah. So let me take the guard stuff, because like that's like I have a hat, right? Like I'm official. I love Imperial Guard. Like that was my first ever 40k love, was the Imperial Guard, or Astra Militarum, as if we have to be correct now. And I was really looking at, and I have to like be completely honest, I revoke my previous statement said last week. It seems like the Guard like really did get some decent tools in this book. The new tank commander options look really spicy. Not, like I said, not going to be totally game changing, but I think that they give tank commander some play. They have an upgrade to the turret, so all of a sudden it's doing the battle cannon turret, giving it flat damage.
They basically got the Hammer of Sunderance back.
Exactly, like back in 8th, which was extremely powerful. I used to run that every time I'd busted my Guard. Yeah, you hated the thing.
I would shoot out all my good crap in my orcs.
So let's see what happens. Let's give it a couple weeks, and come back and see how has this supplement affected.
I'll be interested to see how it does when the orcs come out.
Yes. I mean, it's not confirmed, but I think all betting people believe that the second Octarius book will have some sort of orc army of renown or something.
Better, because like the whole campaign is Tyranids versus orcs. If the second book doesn't have orcs, what's in it?
Yeah, dude, I was like, wait. I kept on looking like, is there a chapter missing here? Like, where is the orcs in this book? But whatever. Moving along. I'd like to announce something very special, Seth. Seth and all of our audience members listening live right now or in chat, guys, we have some very exciting news. This is the first place in the world to hear it, and we'll be sharing online and in our newsletter and whatnot later on this week. Guys, we have the first new Frontline Gaming event being announced. It will be taking place in late February in the Smoky Mountains. We are proud to announce the Frontline Gaming Cherokee Open. This will be on the Cherokee Reservation, right outside the entrance of the Great Smoky Mountain National Park in South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, that kind of quadrant area. Regarding the name, because I know everyone is, Cherokee, right? Regarding the name, FLG is super sensitive to things like this. We just want to say that we gave great thought to name the event after the amazing culture, because the town and the resort too is named after Cherokee, the Cherokee tribe. We have also got the consent of the reservation representatives, who plan on having some amazingly awesome cultural activities for anyone interested in partaking. And I just want to say, it just so happens that Reese is Cherokee himself, and his great grandma was Cherokee, and his family has always been very proud of that fact of their heritage there. So we're really happy to embrace the Cherokee tribe, and this event, it's going to be amazing. We're just going to like give a little information. We can't go too much in the details, but we're really involving the local culture and to making this event pretty special. It's going to be a little different than standard Frontline Gaming events. More information will get released, but it's not one you're going to want to miss. So this is going to be late February of 2022. Yeah.
Hopping in, one of the questions in chat is the tournament on the reservation itself or near the reservation?
Yeah. So check this out. I'm not allowed to go into all the information yet, but yeah, the tournament is on the Cherokee Reservation in a facility that is owned by the Cherokee. It's going to be epic. That's all I can say, really. It's but what's kind of cool though is that you don't only have this great like town we're in with some real culture there, but there's also going to be like the national park like 15 minutes just outside of us, like right
Yeah,
across, right
that'd be
down the
nice.
street. So you can go to the Great Smoky National Park. It's one of the most popular parks in the national park system. So you can go do that. The town itself is going to be great. It is February, so it's going to be a little colder, but it's going to be a quaint, quiet
Well,
town.
then it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
an excuse for us to get cozy with our fellow gaming friends.
Yes, 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 indeed. And the facility
A
we're
few
at
other
is got.
questions
Okay,
that I'm
shoot.
fairly certain you'll be able to answer very
All right.
quickly. Will AOS be supported, and will there be I'm quoting Ben here,
Yeah.
a badass challenge coin?
Okay. The challenge coin, I think, will probably be the most badass of challenge coins we've released to this date. I've seen the artwork already that we're going to be doing for this event, and it is. You're gonna like it. I mean, everyone will like it. There's no way you could not like this artwork. I don't care, what army you play or whatever. You're gonna love this artwork, and that will be on the challenge coin. The event, I want to say, has got a few other little features that we've never had in any one of our other venues. There's going to be, so we'll have this huge gaming hall convention area, and
Mhm.
then literally adjacent to it, next to it, part of our facility, you don't have to even go outside, is a really cool entertainment spot with bowling alleys, a full arcade, a bar. So basically, you can play 40K all day long, and then you can either go to the national park, go to the town, or just like literally turn down the corner around the hall and be in a bowling alley and hang out with your buds. So there's going to be a lot
Yeah.
happening here. This is an
It
event that
seems we
we're
have
really.
some folks from North
Yeah.
Carolina in the chat.
Oh, wow.
Um, North Carolina folks, what kind of weather can I be
Yeah.
expecting? Let me know.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to try to make that one. Did you answer the will this be a solo 40K
Oh,
event, or will
sorry.
AOS
I
be
totally
supported?
disregarded that. So the plan right now, it will be just like our other events we've been rolling out, which will have more than just one game system.
Perfect.
Definitely 40K, definitely Age of Sigmar. If you play Kill Team and you're in the area and you want to help us run Kill Team, let's make that happen. Looks like Star Wars Legion as well. Hopefully X-Wing and MCP, Marvel Crisis Protocol, has just been getting a lot of traction. So
Yep.
we'd like to add that there as well. This is what I'm kind of excited though, right? This is a brand new event, and we want to work with you guys, the listeners right now, the community. You know what? Actually, if you're listening right now, post in chat what you want. We're going to do a formal poll next week, but I'm curious just to get an immediate feedback right now. What do you want the 40K event to be? Do you want it to be a team event or a singles event? We're really thinking about making it a team event because it'd be kind of opposite times of the year from the Las Vegas team tournament. The Las Vegas team tournament was extremely popular. Everyone had a great time. So we're like, well, maybe we make this a second team tournament event. So yeah, we're getting any responses in chat yet, Seth? Are we getting some? No.
Not on that
Okay.
question.
Okay. Give it some time. We can come back,
Yeah,
but
I
there
mean,
will be
there's a few other questions, but I've copied them to the end so that we
sweet,
can
sweet, sweet.
stay on the
But this
kicker
is a
train.
brand new event. It will be late February. We'll be announcing all the information formally within the coming weeks. Next week, there will be a poll on the Frontline Gaming community page on Facebook where we'll ask you, hey, tell us what format you want the 40K event to be, a singles or a team event. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. I don't know. I'm excited. You're gonna love the artwork. Seth, have you ever been to the Smoky Mountains before?
I've probably driven through them, but I don't think I've ever stopped in North Carolina intentionally.
They're gorgeous.
We also have some shout outs for KR King wants us to come to Denver,
Ooh, Denver.
Colorado. I've been there, KR Quinn, for a research trip for a week, and I had fun. Don't get me wrong, but it was cold. It's freaking cold there, man.
Denver is a place that, dude, I would love to do something in Denver. I just
my brother-in-law lives there now, so I'm sure my wife would be quite happy for us.
There we go. That's the reason we'll do an entire Frontline Gaming event is because Seth's brother-in-law lives there.
I guess one more question that's come up a few times, and you might know off the top of your head. Do you know what the closest airport to the venue might be?
Yeah, so you have a few options. We chose this venue because we wanted people to have options for driving. Really, we're close to a lot of major cities. Asheville, North Carolina is very close. Of course, Charlotte, North Carolina, and then you have Charlotte, North Carolina, South Carolina. I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm ignorant. I apologize. I'm just a dumb fool from Louisiana.
I'm fairly certain someone in chat can correct us.
Okay, yeah, please correct me. But Asheville is very close. Charlotte's
a big hub. I've flown through that a few times.
Exactly. I think Charlotte's a hub for United because I've flown through it quite a few times. And then Atlanta's not too far away either.
They have rocking chairs in like one of their their food court areas, which is always just something I'm sitting. I don't know why, but I'm just going to sit here and rock.
No, we should have
Nicholas
rocking chairs.
says Charlotte is in North Carolina, and it's one of the biggest airports in the U.S.
There we go. Thank you so much, Nicholas. So yeah, you could fly into Charlotte. It's really. This is one of the ones that is designed intentionally for our players to be able to drive in for a few reasons. That's all going to be announced later on. But yeah, the idea is that we want people to be able to drive to this event. And if it is a team event, think how much fun that would be. You all just pile into a car, drive up into the mountains for the
Or
weekend, and
wait,
hang out.
or can we do RVs and tailgate in the parking lot?
Dude, totally. I mean, I have an RV. Let's do it.
No, you
it'll be
don't
fun.
anymore. You sold yours.
I know I have a new one coming in December. I'm really excited for it.
I know.
I do feel really naked though, not having a motorhome. I mean, I've always had a vehicle to hop in and live out of. So, yeah, I sold my. In case of for those that don't know,
Later, I'm going to have to show you a YouTube channel about boondocking.
Oh, really? I mean,
That's you.
I think I named my next son Boondock or something like. I don't know. No, I love RV life, road life, and I've always had forever. It seems like forever. I've always had some sort of vehicle, and I am now without a vehicle. I have a scooter. It's nice. It gets like 100 miles to the gallon. And that's all I got right now till December.
All right.
Okay.
Anything else we got for FLG event news?
Yeah. Oh, well, so we do have the SoCal Open happening this week. Yes,
we do?
I know.
Huh?
Yeah, right. Yeah. What? Our wonderful friend Val in the background right now will be spearheading the stream, as well as I believe Adam will be helping him. Adam Camilleri.
And I've heard word from the Sir Val himself.
Yes,
that there is going to be a possibility that Mr. Camilleri can have a remote telestrator to draw on the games, which I think is far more power than we should ever give Adam Camilleri. But Godspeed, everyone. Godspeed. You just keep it up.
Are we gonna be able to censor anything? Can he just does he free reign to draw whatever he wants live? Yeah,
I think if I were Sir Val himself, I'd put him on a delay just in case he tries to draw anything too
inappropriate. Yeah,
lurid.
Yeah, right. Well, okay, so that is happening this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm leaving this tomorrow morning to get in a plane, fly over there, and meet up with all our amazing volunteers that have signed up to help for the setup. We got a lot of the local teams there, Team XPZ and Rect, as well as the Dice Check / Chapter Tactics guys are going to be there to help set up. Yeah, I'm really excited to hang out with the Chapter Tactics guys. Their whole team is going to be there playing and hanging out all weekend. So make sure you say hi to them. And
that'll be a great time.
Seth, I know that you're a big fan of these, and so are a lot of our players. Guys, remember, bring your challenge coin to the event. You have to have it. You can't say, I've gotten one at my house. You have to bring your challenge coin. Show it to us on Saturday after 2 p.m., and you are entered to win the challenge coin perk benefit that we're doing for this event. So I can't. Yeah.
So I don't know why my brain just went to this kicker.
All right, shoot.
Have you seen John Wick?
The movie with the guy with the dog? Yeah, of course.
Have you seen 2 where they do the blood pact where they they spear their thumb and they
oh my god, yes.
That promise. I feel like that's what we got to do with the challenge coins to prove it's your challenge coin is have a bloody thumbprint of you on it.
I'll talk to Reese and Frankie and see if they'll approve that. I think that's a little more.
There might be some liability issues. We'll get over it.
I don't think
because people could be doing some illegal coin training here.
Do not give people ideas. We do keep record. I have a photographic memory. I know exactly how many coins have been handed out and to who. All right, moving right along. Seth,
would it help if they had a bloody thumbprint on theirs to identify their coin?
No, it would not help. But geez, it would show commitment to the cause. So
someone in chat says they're ready for challenge coin number 4, Bossman 007. He says he needs an infinity gauntlet. I think we can make that happen.
Yes. Yeah. Wait. So do we have somebody in the chat that has actually already got 4 coins? Because this guy
he's getting ready for his 4th.
Coin. Wow. All right. Well,
he's already got 3. I think. If someone gets to gets all the coins for a year, chat knows that I do little cosplay props. Maybe I'll make something for him. Some ridiculous awesome belt that they could put it in or something like that.
So I can't go into all the details because I'm not supposed to, but for the Las Vegas Open, obviously by that point, there'll be quite a few people with quite a few coins. The more coins you have, the better opportunity you have to get some awesome stuff. There will be a few raffles with. Maybe Seth will be producing a chain sword replica that will be up for the veteran challenge coin holders. But
figure out how I'd fly with that.
Oh, geez. We'll find a way.
I'd have to make it break down so it can fit in a suitcase.
Yeah, right.
I got a feeling TSA would not want me carrying that on.
No. Well, Seth, hey, what's going on with the FLGN right now? Anything interesting happening this week?
Yeah, there was a few interesting things. Last week, at the end of last week, Chapter Tactics did a piece on how to avoid gotcha hammer. So kind of the questions and stuff that you should ask, kind of more for new players to make sure they don't get tripped up. Beginning of the week, our lovely Steve Joel released another episode of Game Changers, and he brought on Richard Siegler. So that was a very interesting discussion.
It's so cool. You get to know these people so much better, right? Like you always hear. it's so cool how you get to know these people like Richard Siegler, right? Like,
Yeah.
I see him at the tables, obviously he's an accomplished player, but you get to know a little bit more about who they are on a personal level. That was a really good episode that Steve did.
And then last night on the illustrious Grim After Dark, we had the one, the only, Riccio. And if you want a good hour-long interview, that was quite the entertaining interview to watch. I stayed up last night to watch that one. It was way past my bedtime. I go to bed early, folks. But that was a good chat. It was good to see Reese back in action. His mustache was glorious. I don't know how, but somehow it got even fuller. So just go check that out. It was a good chat. And then tomorrow is the Thursday show. And I'm willing to bet that those SoCal lists will get unlocked by tomorrow for them to break down for the show.
Can I tell you a secret, Seth?
Yes.
The lists are live right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
Chat.
Right now.
Break the list down. Go. I know what I'm doing tonight. I'm just sit there in bed just scrolling through lists. And that's why I stay up till midnight. All right. Let's get into our competitive 40K news update, and then we will get to some listener questions. Before I forget, Alex, yes, we did confirm that the North Carolina event is confirmed for the end of February. Yes. Alex just popped in. So this weekend was I called it the Psychic Awakening, because that was topical, because it was the first weekend that Thousand Sons of Grey Knights really hit their stride in events, with Grey Knights going undefeated in 3 different events. Crucible, the London GT, and Imperium's Decay. And in Crucible, we actually had 2 Grey Knight lists that were undefeated. And 3, and all top 3 were Grey Knights. So they just shellacked everyone at Crucible. And then Thousand Sons, up in the Pacific Northwest at the Pecking Order GT, took first place with an undefeated army. So they are starting to make their presence known in the meta. So that should be something that you guys should consider moving forward. Think about, you're going to see some of these Grey Knights and these Thousand Sons pushing in the top table. So keep that in mind when you're building your lists. Maybe you don't want to take that psych, or maybe I want to put my poor kill rigs back on the shelf so I don't have to, not let myself abhor the witch. Let's get into our competitive recap here. 40K competitive track. Still number 1, the old man himself, Brad Chester. Number 2, John Lennon, no longer the Boy King, now Joffrey. Number 3, the illustrious Sean Naden with the most luscious locks in 40K. Number 4, the newly minted Jack Harpster. Number 5, Nick Nadavati. Now, for those of you at home, you might notice that 4 of the top 5 are all Art of War. Those Art of War boys have got this locked up tight. Even guys like Nick, who are not trying to go to as many events as the rest of them, are still just kicking butt. So hats off to those guys. But I'm all about the story here, folks. And I love the Art of War guys. I would call them my friends. But someone's got to rise to the challenge and dethrone Art of War. Who will it be? Who will it be? I've heard rumblings on some adjacent podcasts that maybe they'll break up and defeat themselves. I don't think that's going to happen. I think one of you is going to have to rise from the ashes, like that little kid at the end of the 8th Star Wars film. I forget what it's called. The Last Jedi or whatever. He's going to have to rise up and defeat the evil Art of War Empire. I think I vamped long enough to make sure Kicker was back. All right. Hobby track. We've got Lee Harris still in number 1 for the 40K hobby track. His lead, though, has been cut down to 0.13 points. JT Steger is in second place, close on his heels. Number 3, Scott Boucher. Number 4, Nicholas Wenker. And number 5, Noah Bedome. Going on to the AOS competitive track, we have our number 1, Gavin Greigar. Number 2 is Caleb Walters. Number 3, Anthony Trentinelli. Number 4, James O'Brien. Number 5, No Aquino. Hopping over to the hobby track, number 1 is Nick Garcia. Number 5 is No Aquino. Number 3 is Christopher Hernandez. Number 4 is Christopher Daughtry. And number 5 is Ian Wood. And finally, getting into Kill Team, we have our number 1, Fernando Marcos. We have a new number 2, Daniel Marcos. We have number 3, Lazarus Tactical Reroll. Still don't have a last name for that guy. I'm assuming that's his real legal last name at this point. I want to change my last name to Tactical Reroll. Number 4, Rion Wilfong, and number 5, Mikel Yago. So that is your recap for your various ITC rankings for the week. I pulled a few questions out of chat, but I had to stop, while I was going through that. Someone asked, I don't even think I understand this question. Can you ban non-GW models? These Giants players are abusing the spirit of the game. I'm assuming that's an AOS reference, whoever said that, because there's no Giants in 40K. And I know Giants are like strong in AOS, right? Is that a thing? Yeah. Val says the sons of Bahamut are big. Ha ha ha. I'm giving you his high quality humor, folks, for you. I imagine they're, if they're the hotness, and if AOS has the supply issues that 40K has, then a lot of people are probably scrambling to proxy them. So I don't think FLG events are going to be banning third party models anytime soon. I'm going to keep going here. So we already answered where the closest airport is. Kicker is experiencing some internet difficulties.
Can you hear me now? Are we good? Are we good?
I can hear you, Kicker.
You can hear me?
All right.
Yay, I'm back.
Your Kicker? Kicker, right. How excited are you for funnel cakes?
Dude, I'm extremely... Yes. But wait, why are we talking about funnel cakes?
I was just giving you a question that I was just vamping, waiting for you to get back.
Sorry. Oh, question from the audience. I'm like, yes, I'm very excited for funnel cakes. I'm more of a cotton candy fanatic. Yes, because I want my sugar just pure and raw. I don't need dough getting in the way. But yes, funnel cakes are something I'm very excited about. If you've seen any of the random content I've been providing on the SoCal Open.
I sent Kicker some pictures of this earlier in the week, but I splurged. I normally don't get cereal because I'm diabetic, so I try to avoid the sugary carbs. But it's been a rough week for me behind the scenes, so I got myself some comfort food. I got cinnamon toast crunch churros.
Hell yes!
That was a good snack over the weekend and in the beginning of the week. So
treat yourself.
I did treat myself. I treated myself pretty good.
That's so funny.
What color are you ready for this one, Kicker? This is an important question.
Oh my God.
The internet needs to know, what color is your underwear?
Oof. I mean, who's saying I'm wearing underwear?
Wow, chat. You got it there. Mine's black.
Actually, I like to pretend that I'm all like a badass military guy, which I'm not. I played a lot of Halo as a kid, and I saw Saving Private Ryan once. So, but I have no military background, but my boxers are camouflage. What? There we go. That's all I got.
Why do we have camo boxers? I don't know. We've got the signal to wrap it up. I did want to address one more question that came up a few times in chat. Where is Shelby? Shelby's out again this week. She's got a lot going on in her life, and it's pretty stressful with a lot of things going on for her. So she didn't really have the time to make for us this week. So we'll keep you posted on that front. But for now, you just got to deal with Kicker and I's beautiful faces.
Sorry, guys.
We'll have to try to make up for some of the lack of charm through surprising tactics.
But Seth, why don't you tell people about some of the guests that are potentially coming on in the next few weeks? We've got a few lined up.
We've got a few kind of folks in the wings that we've been talking to for interviews. So it's probably a good chance to preview them. One of them kind of came up after going to New Orleans. You guys have probably been listening. I've been trying to get more into physical fitness and get myself in better shape. And after working out for like a month solid and then going to the GW event, I actually felt pretty good most days. I wasn't too tired.
Dude, you were keeping track. We logged a lot of miles. I mean, just walking back and forth.
So it really got me back in the idea of thinking about physical fitness and actually playing competitive 40K. And so we've talked to Stephen Box, and he's going to come on one of these weeks, and we're going to have a good chat about just fitness and 40K. One of the other people that I've been talking to that I want to get on here, we have Justin from CK Studios, which is a paint studio that specializes in airbrush painting and kind of, I wouldn't say speed painting, but their style is to get things to a tabletop plus quality, I would say, almost all with the airbrush. So we're going to have him on to teach us how to get better with the airbrushes, because I have one. Kicker, do you have one?
I do, and I need all the help I can get because I am just
mine basically just base coats things right now, and I should probably be able to do more with it. And then I think who else? We had I think our lovely overlord Serval has an actual psychiatrist that we were talking about 40K and mental health, and he thinks that that would be a great that individual had expressed interest. So I think we're probably going to get them on and kind of do a part 2 of 40K and mental health. I think that'll be a good episode. But that's kind of what we've got in the pipeline. Maybe a little behind the scenes. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it next week or not. I have some personal family business I need to attend to, but I might be able to make it. If I do next week, you're probably getting me off a cell phone, folks. I won't have my nice home rig with me. I'll be away in Pennsylvania, so we'll see what next week's show looks like. But certainly, I'm sure Kicker will be back bright eyed and bushy tailed from his time in sunny
in
Southern
the sun
California.
at the beach. Yeah, we'll have a full recap of SoCal. Hopefully, I can get some of the chapter tactics guys on here to kind of give us their opinion because they're there as players, and I'd like to
That'd be
get
a good
their
idea.
feedback. Yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We really appreciate it. Seth, do you have any words of wisdom you want to leave our audience members with?
Drink lots of tea when you're sick. It makes you thirsty.
All right. So between having sugary breakfast cereal and tea, you will be very happy for the rest of your life.
Yep. All right.
Thanks.
Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Signals from the Frontline. Have a great week, and we will see you at the SoCal Open.
Good night, guys.
Good night.